Hello. 76 days ago, I wrote this note about confidence. To get confidence, and to give confidence, right? He spars with his son. Yes, I spar with my son, Tai Chi Chuan. This is what I do. Daniel reads about real estate, sailing. At the time, I was reading about the Mormons. I was also reading Proverbs, but I still do that. I read the Bible once in a while. I read the Bible often, at least every week. I do it more than that. Um, I read the book, The Guy Who Lost His Beach House, which was about parables. I read it with my son. I finished that. I read the book, The Power of Concentration by Dumont, I think. I called it The Power of Focus. If this is a hammer and you're nailing something, if this is a nail and you're hammering it, you need to focus your mind and your eyes so that you don't hurt your fingers with the hammer. When I read the book, The Power of Concentration, I started to give up. After you've been incarcerated, you learn to do things differently. So I gave up smiling. No more smile. I gave it up to be more successful. I also stopped irritating people to get the true power. I keep telling myself, vengeance is the Lord's. Vengeance is the Lord's. Because the second incarceration I was in was about uh, the spouse telling lies about me. Well, my own mother wrote the lies, and then the spouse signed the ex parte paper. The other technique I'm using is to love your enemies. My mother, my spouse, and at that time my daughter. And by being kind, or actually just leaving them alone, not bothering them, my daughter has finally returned to me, my prodigal daughter, who for the last 5 years, 7 years, has been quite a pain. A pain. I couldn't ask her to take out the trash. I couldn't ask her to put her dishes on the sink. I couldn't ask her to give me her Kindle because she was talking back or saying bad things. Um, she was so out of control. And it was all because if I took the Kindle, then the mother and grandmother would say, we're going to throw you in jail, or we're going to throw Baker Act you. And so I had to lay off the daughter. I couldn't correct her in any way. And I was just into Tai Chi Chuan, which now my daughter is doing regularly every other day or every other 2 other days or something. And I told her, you're a perfectionist. You do cornbread, it comes out excellent. You're an excellent painter. You get excellent grades in school. You're very artistic also. I mean, you like excellence. So I expect you to be an excellent Tai Chi Chuan person, martial artist, at least better than I am. And then she says, well, you defeat me, Daniel, because you have long arms and you have more skill. But today she was really concentrating, and I was happy with her. I was sort of trading back and forth, perhaps 5 minutes with her, then 5 minutes with my son, then again. We listened to Jet Li's music from the movie Tai Chi Chuan Master or something. Tai Chi Master. Twin Warriors is the name of the movie. All right, be better than I am. Please go read the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, and to you could read this book also, The Power of Concentration. But for some reason, all of these things are like pieces of a puzzle. And now that I'm 41 years old, my life is changing. Today I cut my toenails, and my mother was saying I could do that easily when I was 41 years old. And of course, I got a belly, so that makes it difficult. Gotta take breaks. But now I have two students to spar with, so I'm very happy that I have these two students. I would have more, but what happens is in the Spanish culture, men, and especially since I'm off work every day, um, since I don't go anywhere, I'm always home. I'm not supposed to go to the neighbor's house. They have children, and I could teach the children there. But men don't really like it when you show up at their house and they're not home and things like that. So I can't teach anybody. There must be a way around it. Gotta plug in. There must be a way around that barrier. What I could do is I could move to Honduras, because over there are 1,000 kids walking around in the streets, right? Or at least outside. And even the older ones, I could really spar with them. Oh, let's see. All right, please go read the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Enjoy your life. One other thing, I don't go to people's houses. I avoid it very much. I've got a couple of friends, but I know their wives don't like me, so I don't go to their houses. Besides, I don't drive anymore. And besides, we eat junk food over there. I mean, I could take something, but this spouse is so exhausted. And I don't cook, so I don't take anything. Nope. Oh well, I see a church coming. Church of the True Christians. And this church will be different. Apparently I'll be the leader until I can find somebody else to be a better leader than I am. I like J. Paul Getty. He said, I'd rather have 1% of 100 workers than 100% of my own efforts, because sometimes I don't feel like, I believe he says this, I don't feel like getting up out of bed in the morning. So you need to learn to use other people's efforts. You could go shopping, or you could send your housekeeper to go shopping for you. And with the spouse, I'm not able to talk with the spouse. She doesn't listen. I need to be able to do that indirectly. My daughter is the first one. I told her that today. She was thinking like a man. As far as like learning self-defense is an important skill. What happened to her is she saw a boy grab a girl by the hair and throw the girl to the floor. And that happened because the girl said something bad about his mother. So that goes back to the first defense is not to offend anybody. Be better than I am? Please go look into Gary Davis. Passport number 1, Gary Davis. He's with the Universal Declaration of Human Rights.